So we are here at our Saguaro Grove project. This is an amazing estate, North Scottsdale, near Estancia at the base of Pinnacle Peak. This project took us about a year and a half. So we've been at this about 20 months, just over a year and a half. And it's an incredible mini hillside project, 5-acre lot built on 2 acres. We're standing here at the entry. And before we go inside, this house is just over 8,000 square feet livable, 12,000 square feet under roof. Amazing amenities, right? As you think about the perfect place to raise a family, this is it. With our clients that have young children, they're gonna be able to really enjoy this home. We're excited to take it around the backyard. It's not only a beautiful and gorgeous home, but it's also livable, right? Which is super key for our clients in this stage of life. Here in our entry courtyard, as you can see, we have these amazing storefront windows through Pella. The steel front doors we come in. CW Architecture, Corey Weavers was our architect. We work with Lifestyle Co. They were our designers. They did a great job with not only the aesthetics and design, but also the furnishings that they finished. You'll see as we head on in. David Creech was our landscape designer. So let's go in. So here we are in our entry, and what's really nice is you think about the entry vestibules, right? How do you want to make an impact on your client? So we have these beautiful white oak floors here, wide plank. Really creates a nice warm finish. You know, it's great for all the furniture too, because now with the lighter walls, it really brings a lot of natural light, which this house has a lot of natural light. So one of my favorite features as you come in, you know, our designers had put in this beautiful mirror. This large mirror makes the entry portico, this entry seem much larger. You also have this floating cabinetry with this amazing brass detail, brass hardware. So some good storage, but also nice appeal as your guests walk on through. Then of course right here we have this amazing whitewashed stone wall. So you have this whitewashed stone wall with 9 sconces. And again, this just adds so much detail as you come in. And one of my favorite aspects is not only the brass enlarged light fixture here at the entry, we also have the white oak beam and we have a white oak header. So this header creates just a nice transition into the great room, and you can't beat that indoor-outdoor living, right? This is why we live in Phoenix. This is exactly why all of our home designs have this large multi-slider feature. So we work with Pella. What's really neat is we have this corner multi-slider. Different, you know, other homes have been outside, this is inside, but it's still motorized, it's automated, it goes into the pockets and has these large transoms. So you get this amazing view of downtown Scottsdale, the city lights. And so talk about the wow factor. You're coming through the front doors, you walk into the house, this is that wow factor. You're gonna see that negative edge pool, everything run off that infinity edge, big Baja shelf, firewall, fire pit. There's actually 2 fire pits out here. Fireplace as well on the covered patio. But let's take you through the great room. So here in the great room, you can see here we have 18-foot ceilings. They're just over 18 feet. And amazing decor by our designers, right? They have this beautiful sofa. It's very comfortable. It's very built for the client. And then with these multi-sliders open, that indoor-outdoor living, right? It just creates this great breeze coming through from the front door through the house. And again, it just enlarges the house. Although the house is 8,000 square feet, it feels much larger, much bigger because you have so much open space. And that coordination is really key. As you know, we've spoken about this before, but just building this automation off-site, building that template, making sure everything fits properly, then bringing it out to the field and executing it. So grateful for Pella and their partnership for what they do to make that happen. So now as you come into the great room, what's really neat about this fireplace, this is an isochrome fireplace. So these are custom built in the field, and whatever the design is, you know, width, height, it's all customized. It's hand-laid masonry and brick. And then of course the log sets are installed. We have this amazing limestone surround and the whitewashed brick all the way to the ceiling that really creates this ambiance here, right, for the client. And of course, it's custom built for the TV. So we have a lift. So even in the future, if they did want a larger TV, because this is recessed, the lift, we can actually have a TV that's even bigger and then just sits flush against the brick that's bigger on that opening with the lift that we have in the back, which is a really important thing to think about, right? Because TVs change, specs change, models change. So make sure that lift and bracket are designed as well as the surround, so then in the future you can make adjustments as needed. This home was really designed to be resort style for the client, right? It's permanent on vacation. This is the whole intent of the design. So as we come here into the powder bath, there's no better way to visually have an impact on your client than with the powder bathroom such as this one. You can see these amazing thickened countertops with the white oak floating shelf. You have an incredible detailed tile flooring, Venetian plaster, as well as some beautiful accent tile that run the whole back side of the wall. Amazing light fixture, mirror. And of course, one of my favorite details you're going to see throughout this house are the interior doors. These are fully custom interior doors, and then they're riffs on white oak. They also are nice and smooth. They have a nice clear finish, and so it really gives some warmth to the white trim, white paint throughout the house with the dark hinges, dark hardware. So we're standing here in our master bedroom, and one of my favorite details by the designer, we have these large format, these large fixed windows from floor, not quite to the ceiling, but very high up. And with our landscape designer, we had worked through this amazing landscape package out here. So this creates that artwork, right? Instead of having a wall of art, they have natural light. They get to see that beautiful desert landscape, very clean finish, nice hardscape outside. And then of course they get this amazing view. They have their own private French doors, out to a covered patio. We have the bocce ball court out this way, so they have a nice little bocce ball court. And then you get a great view of the fire pit, the swimming pool, and of course all the amenities outside. And what I love most, this is a very welcoming, it's a warm, it's a timeless design with the furnishings built specifically for our client, right? As you want to sit here and have some time away, you know, to recharge that battery. Tall fireplace with the stone, the whitewashed stone, with the mantle, again, the isochrone fireplace. Just amazing detail all throughout. There was really no detail left out by our designer, from the furnishings to all the finishes. So a great job by Lifestyle Co. on pulling this room together. And this is one of the most beautiful bathrooms we've been fortunate to work on, which is great. And then as you come in here, you have these beautiful marble floors. As we walk into the shower, we have these beautiful double glass doors that completely enclose the shower, keep the temperature nice, especially in the winter when it's a little cooler. And all of the wall slabs were fabricated by Summit Stone, who did these amazing porcelain slabs, all book matched, as you can see here with the head wall. And then although it's white, you can see clear this is Venetian plaster, so we have a plaster, a waterproof plaster on the interior of the shower, and then paint out here on the outside. But that keeps it, of course, waterproof as the clients are in there with the steam that's involved as they take a shower. And we have these beautiful built-ins, inset cabinetry. Here we have the riffs on white oak, and then this has a clear glaze, a clear stain, little makeup area, as well as his and her vanity. You know, beautiful mirrors here with that nice thickened backsplash that comes up. And again, the tall ceiling with the white oak beams. This is one of my favorites. You have this amazing view of the landscape, beautiful picture frame window with the pedestal tub, and just really gives you that nice, quaint, resort style feel in your master bathroom, your primary bathroom. To have that is really exceptional. To have, you know, just bring that resort feel back home, right? How do you recharge that battery? How do you energize for the day? Start fresh in the morning. Make sure you're clearing your head. You know, this is something that's been a common theme, especially through COVID. As you start thinking about the value of design, right? Value of your house. Clients will think about, okay, well, there's a lot of stress out there. There's a lot of concerns with health. Why not create a sanctuary at home where I can discharge from that, get away from the politics, away from the confusion, away from the headaches, and really recharge, which is super important for all of us. So we are here in the formal dining. This is one of my favorite rooms in the home. So you have not only these floor to ceiling fixed windows, but you also have French doors. And then you have this beautiful dining room, right? This is the more formal dining room. As the clients are entertaining, having guests, you know, the adult area of the home, you know, they can sit around. They have these extremely comfortable chairs, as you see here. Amazing light fixture with the white oak beams that add so much great element into the house. And then this beautiful wine cellar. So what I love about this wine cellar is not only is it practical, but it's also extremely beautiful, right? It adds such a wonderful accent. We have these steel doors. So both of these doors fully open, right, for the public. And as you come in, this is actually chilled. So this is a chilled wine cellar. It stays cooler. We have all the amenities from our Sub-Zero wine cooler, you know, wine that's going to be out here on display, out on shelf. And then of course we have the wine glasses for the guests. And we also have one of my favorite elements, as you see here through Delta. This has a spinner. And so you put the wine glass, maybe a baby bottle, and it really does a good job cleaning the wine glass if there's lipstick or anything on there. So that's a really great feature. And then of course the galley sink here, which is really nice. And one detail You know, a lot of times we'll do floating shelves. These are rods. So these rods were installed between the upper cabinetry and work as a floating shelf, but still, you know, they hold the bottles just perfectly. And with the two-tone cabinetry, you have the different elements here. And so it's a very important focal point and a design element to the space, but also it's very, as we mentioned, it's very functional, right? It's something that our clients will and can use. So as we come into the kitchen, what I love most about the design of this kitchen is a double island. So what's very functional about this is this works as a table. Right, so you have this beautiful island that matches the aesthetic, but it works as a table. You have here the pull-out little stools, so you know, for the kids as they want to sit down and they're having breakfast in the morning, maybe they want to watch something as they're getting ready for school. You know, this is very convenient. You can have guests on both sides. You can sit there and converse back and forth. This does hold adults, not just children as well. And the best part is that for the formal island now, it becomes more usable. You have these drawers. One thing that we don't have enough of in our custom homes are drawers, right? So these have these large drawers that are fully customized, plenty of storage. And we also have a dirty kitchen out behind this kitchen that will take you back that gives even more storage. And now with this open area outside, with the multi-slider, that indoor-outdoor living. Additionally, you know, you can never have enough seating area, especially when you're entertaining, having guests, having kids over and their friends. We have this beautiful little breakfast nook as well. So maybe this is a more formal place for them certain days to have breakfast, you know, with the beautiful banco that's overlooking outside with these amazing windows that open up the table. Again, seating is in demand. We have plenty of it here for our client, which is a great benefit. And as we come into the kitchen, we have the column refrigeration through Sub-Zero. So we have the freezer here on this side. We have the refrigerator on that side, separated because it's column refrigeration. One thing that's really neat, this decorative hood that sits on the countertop, this is all Venetian plaster. So all Venetian plaster here. We have the full slab backsplash, this amazing wolf range behind me. And then of course that stone that you saw in the entry is also brought here into the kitchen. So it brings that same element in here and creates this beautiful vibe that we have going on. And one of my favorite details, you look here at this apron sink. So you have this amazing apron that's actually built out of the countertop material, book matched by Summit Stone, and then the double dishwasher, which is really key. And again, this is a three-tone kitchen. As we'd say, you have the white oak island, you have the painted cabinetry, and then we have the darker full height cabinetry here. So it creates a lot of beautiful elements. When you mix that in with these beautiful pendants that were laid out and selected, and they just add so much detail, as well as all the can lights that were lined up with the tongue and groove, the T&G ceiling, and all the white oak beams. Now, one of the most important elements to our homes, you know, we have a little steel pocket door here that will open as we come into this amazing prep kitchen, the dirty kitchen as we call it. So you have this large oversized sink, pedestal sink, through Kohler. It's an amazing sink. It has plenty of depth. Again, you know, as you're rinsing and working, maybe rinsing vegetables, has little accessories that come with it. They're a really great add. And then it gives you plenty of space to wash those big pots and pans. And you can store them here instead of in your kitchen where you're entertaining. One of the other great features, since they have young kids, we have the microwave here out. Instead of being on display in the kitchen, we bring it back here in the prep kitchen. So now as they're cooking, you know, the food, the smell, the preparation can be down low, accessible, and it's not part of the main kitchen. And of course, in the morning, we have our tea and coffee, right? So we have our espresso coffee maker. This is through Wolf. This is a great feature. The espresso coffee maker is such a great element. And again, just a little detail, right? There's plenty of storage. As we mentioned in there, back here, you know, these floating shelves that were designed by Lifestyle Coat, these brass and white, add a lot of context. And then of course the dry storage. Although we have this is very functional and usable, and there's some appliances, you know, one thing we need is the dry storage. So we have the dry pantry for all of the goods, all the food, everything the client will need and use is back here, where you can never have enough space in your house. So here on the back patio, you have an outdoor sink, which is great. The barbecue storage area, again, right off the pool bath. And one of our favorite areas back here is this amazing TV. You can see that this is another seating area with this amazing furniture design by the Lifestyle Co. And this wood trellis detail adds to the architecture. You can see with the architecture of the house, you have that storefront look with the brake metal on the corners, you know, the windows, the black windows, the metal roofing, the concrete roof tile. So all these elements add that desert modern design intent to this house. And now as we walk around the pool area, You have a ton of decking. So the turf is really nice because it really breaks up the desert here. You get a lot of green, makes it feel more resort style, more oasis. But the one thing to think about is here in Arizona, it can get really hot. It gets over 115 degrees. So because it's so hot, in the summer, you can't really walk on that grass. It's really hot. So that's why you have these stepping stones and coping in areas of the deck. And by using the white limestone, it's cooler, right? This is something where you can walk in the middle of the summer. It won't burn your feet. It's not as slippery. The slip factor is really good. And so you can walk on it, and it's just a great option for the desert that still looks really nice, really upgraded, really elegant, but still is functional, especially in the summer. And now as you look out at this pool, you have this amazing ball house shelf. So the ball house shelf here, you can put a lot of chairs out here, lay out here, you can lay out, you can tan, you can enjoy nice shallow water. Most ball house shelves are typically between 14 and 20 inches. So you can see that this is gonna be, you know, the water comes about halfway up through that waterline tile. And this is great for little toddlers and infants too, a little play area for them. Then the pool dives down. We have this negative edge, that infinity look, the water that's dropping down over the trough. Gives that amazing negative edge. Looks like you can see it forever, that water. With this size yard, being a hillside, it really creates some good landing areas for the family. And so the kids, as they're back here, you can see here on this third tier, they have all this grass out here, all this artificial turf, nice and clean. You have a beautiful view, another staircase on that side, going around the board form fire pit. So we have 2 fire pits. And then one of my favorite views is we're standing here, the kids can play football and catch and throw the baseball back here. Plenty of area to run around and stretch those legs, wear themselves out for mom and dad. But you have this amazing view. As you're looking back into the house, you see that negative edge. So that negative edge water drops down into these troughs, has this beautiful tile, you know, as the water comes over the top. And as this is full, it just creates that really lush, that beautiful oasis, you know, from the sound and just the visual element. Looking back with all the black windows and that multi-slider that's open into the house. And as we come down to tier 4, the bottom tier, again, for the boys to stretch their legs, you come down these steps into the basketball court area, and they have a full half court here. You can see the mat there, it's all lined out so that they can play basketball. And then you also have a little putting green down here. We do have a lighting standard, so they have plenty of light when they're out here at night. Right now it's a cool time of year, so they're gonna be out here very often, making a lot of noise, having a lot of fun, and some more green area to run around. And again, these views, right, as you look through the views, you have endless views of the desert, saguaros, everywhere you look. We had to move 30 of them on this project, so this was very unique. Some of these were 30 feet tall, and so some of the biggest saguaros we moved, and most of the saguaros we've moved on one project was here at Saguaro Grove. So thank you for tuning in to our tour today of Saguaro Grove. Again, Pinnacle Peak behind me. You know, we have another project just on the other side, our ICF Hillside home. But again, thank you for tuning in. It was a great project, working with some great people. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can be up to date on all of our future tours.